live, that's just part of business, the drought is.
If you're going to ranch in this country, you've got to be flexible. You've got to be flexible.
We had a couple good years of rain, and then starting last October, we entered into what is currently being categorized as an exceptional drought. Well, James, it's really great of you to come out here with us, bring us out here to Otero Mesa, one of the most remaining. We're going to be visiting with a couple of individuals who are currently facing decisions that they have to make in the face of this oncoming drought. James Christensen is a rangeland resource specialist with the Bureau of Land Management out of the Las Cruces district, and he is responsible for managing the McGregor Range and the grazing leases on the McGregor Range.
Right now the country looks fair. Our utilization levels are somewhere around 35%, but we're noticing already, we're preparing for what may come, from looking at the past.
The McGregor Range is an area that is owned by the Department of Defense, but is on the Otero Mesa, which is one of the few remaining intact Chihuahuan desert grasslands in southern New Mexico.
In the fall, it's beautiful. You got your waving grass, blue grama, black grama waving in the wind and stuff. And then all of a sudden you start hitting one of these drought cycles, and your production drops way down.
So James, we're up here now in the Sacramento Mountains, and we're definitely several thousand feet higher than we were when we were over in the McGregor Range on the Otero Mesa. So is this a tank, or this is a...
It's just a collection box.
It's a collection box.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And what it does is the water will run into here, and under the ground here, you can see under the water is perforated pipes that collect into the cement box that we're standing on, and then it funnels it through the pipeline system. On a normal year, this thing should be plumb full of water and running over the spillway.
All the time?
All the time.
Right.
All the time. So that gives you an idea of how dry this 1 year in time is. It's serious. We're almost solely relying on these springs up here. And this water is
piping it down.
It's piped down. It's a gravity flow system. And so it's really unique for this part of the country. It waters a lot of country. What we're going to try to do now with the remaining cattle is we're going to disperse them over a large piece of country where we're reducing our stocking rate way down, where we may be only running 2 cows per section instead of 8 to 10 or 12.
Okay.
We're going to reduce it down, spread them out, and hope for the best. There's about 6 operators, 7 maybe, in that band of the grassland that we're talking about. These folks that are there are normally folks that's been in the country for several generations.
Hopefully you don't think I was there in 30, but I can't really tell you a whole lot about that one, except I know they lost a lot of cattle. They were cutting down yuccas, grinding them up, trying to make feed. There was absolutely nowhere to go, and at that time I don't believe there was really the availability of supplement feed at that time, which probably made that one a very bad drought. The government was buying cattle, shooting them on site because they had nowhere to go with them. In New Mexico, 66% of the time we're in some form of a drought.
What happens to the ranchers when they are in drought? The ranchers in the southwestern United States have to anticipate drought type of situations because it happens so frequently. So usually they build some sort of flexibility in to their management approach.
Generally these ranches, if you're running anything out here, it's not like a business where you can just shut the door on it and just walk off and there's no expense involved. You sell all your animals, you have that money, you can put it somewhere. Probably the best place wouldn't be in a bank because you're not making anything, but you're going to try and put it somewhere where you can draw some revenue off of it. But if you sit for 2-3 more years, you're going to eat so much up on your principal that then you're probably not going to be able to afford to buy back the cattle numbers-wise that you sold. So then you go borrow money and you're still kind of in the same shape. It's hard to ever recover, I think, if you ever completely sell them all out and try and buy back into it. People that's got a lot of money are coming in and buying these ranches, and sometimes they're stocking them and sometimes they're not. The economy goes down, the price of land goes up, because that's the only thing that's stable, that and gold, it seems like. So the price of land goes up.
We've seen the best to the worst in the last 20 years, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing these cycles that go up and down, good years and bad years, and you just got to adjust.
If it doesn't rain, to have a plan and to stick by that plan so that they're not making panic-based decisions. Neither one of these fellows, I think, makes decisions that are founded through panic.